Michael Florence.
Michael Florence is probably one of the most underrated people that were on our defensive team, because he was probably one of the strongest that graduated with us, and he was too busy raping the opponent that he was lined up against at the time, where you couldn't see him in the play, where he couldn't get to the ball. But he gave 110% as well. It's just that he was in a bad position because we needed him in a position, and he played it, and he didn't cry about it. He didn't say anything. So I have to give my hats off to him. He did a great job at the position he played.
Joel Rodriguez.
Joel Rodriguez was another lineman that he was smart. He was fast. He was the leader on the line team, because he was the one that, when we were freshmen to seniors, he led that line. And when I had a problem, or if I didn't understand something that was going on the line, I could go to him and ask him, and he'd pretty much tell me what was going on, if it was on his side. And if it wasn't on his side, he could probably go to that side, switch, and then help out that side as well.
Austin Malave.
Austin Malave didn't also get because of his size, but he was also he had a lot of heart. He also was in the one that caught the ball a lot on our team. I did throw the ball a lot to Austin as well, and the thing is, he probably should have got the ball thrown to him a lot more as well. So the thing is, Austin is he was a great wide receiver. He blocked well. He did his job, and he didn't do it complaining either.
Okay. One big question about the best player in Central history, and your name's been thrown in that mix. Any position. Give me your answer. Who you feel the best player ever? Is it Marcus Reeves?
I don't feel it would be Marcus Reeves, because I didn't play all the positions all the time like the teams before me. The thing is, they played both ways. They were conditioned to play both ways, where I was only conditioned to play offense and a little bit of defense. It was times that some players didn't come off the field, and like Willie Collins, Jahi Garrett, Aaron Smith, T.C. Wilson was one of them. He played on the line and then also played on the defensive line. There's names like that needs to be thrown in the mix as well. I can't say my name because I didn't play both aspects of the game.
So who do you consider the best player ever?
If I was to go in the trenches and say that one that came out of there and did the best at the position that they played, I'd probably say T.C. Wilson, because he played both sides of the ball.
Now you also play basketball, so real quick I want to get your starting five, EC basketball Central history, and then who you consider the best player in EC. So let's start off at point guard.
I would say Coop.
Rubber battle.
Yes. I felt if he's still here today, he could probably play any of these young players. I got a chance to play with him when out on the streets. He's a commander of his team, because when he gets the ball, he's aggressive with it. If he sees the open person, he got it to him. So I'd have to give it to him.
Shooting guard.
During that time, I would have to, because I didn't come back home and watch a lot of the younger kids play, but at the time I would say Ernest Morris.
Trey.
Okay. Because he probably had one of the highest shooting percentages at the time, but I can only go by what you're asking me and what I've seen.
Small forward.
Small forward is one of those things, because we had so many people come through there at the time. Kuzabi Powell was one. But the thing is, they all alternated at positions. You can't tell who was there at the time, because you got Willie Puckett. You can throw Ezell Moore into the mix. You can throw
Chris Woods
into the mix, because the thing is, everybody alternated at their positions at the time. And then a lot of the things is, a lot of the people didn't understand that a lot of the older players, when they alternated like that, they went into an offense that worked for them. And
so
I would have to say for small forward, Kuzabi Powell. And the thing is, like I said, because if they're switching positions, then Dante Williams was a part of that mix as well, because he went from playing sometimes center to sometimes power forward to sometimes even small forward. So right now, more aggressively, I would have to say Kuzabi Powell at the time. But as a better shooter, I would have to say Dante Williams. But you're talking about the small forward position.
Power forward.
Power forward, I'd have to give it to Willie Puckett because I'd have to say the man down in the paint was probably about 80%. But the thing is, as he got older, and I saw that he was able to shoot from the outside, and he was a force to be reckoned with in the inside.
Center.
Center, I'm gonna have to give it to Carlton Baker for him being as long and lanky as he was very dominant in the position. Because once he got the ball down there, if you weren't fouling him, you were pretty much getting dunked on.
So who you consider the best basketball player in Central history?
Oh wow.
Oh. Damn, my bad. Yeah, I'm sorry.